X in the second half of the Hawks game, your teammates made a point to go and find you when you were attacking the basket. Today, it seemed like you were more aggressive from the get go. You was initiating, starting. Where did all the aggressiveness come from to start this game versus last game?
Um, the way I play, the way I get my baskets is all off like creating for my teammates, if that makes sense. So, like I get a lot of my stuff out of the pick and roll versus me, ISOing and stuff like that. So if I am aggressive, it's because you see guys throwing pocket passes and they're able to find me. A lot of times, if I'm if I'm not scoring or whatever, it's because the defense is doing a pretty good job of being active. So my teammates don't really like that pocket at the time. But usually, if you do see I'm aggressive, it's because they're able to find that that tight pocket and when I'm open.
You kind of explained it there, but why was it this game that you scored 20 points? What was it about this particular game that opened it up for you so much?
I mean, I was open and I was hoping. A couple other times I took advantage of the pressure a little bit and was able to attack that. But I mean, I attacked a mismatch once or twice. With a guard in the post. But yeah, I mean, nothing too out of the ordinary other than just finding me on the pick and roll, or maybe I'm spacing in the dunker and they're driving and they see my man helping, so they kick to me. So nothing too complicated.
There have been a couple times this season where you guys have faced some adversity, and now you won 10 out of 11. What was the belief like in the locker room during the harder moments? And how did you guys sort of pull it together the way that you have, and now you're having the success?
Um, we just took it one day at a time. We didn't really think about, well, we gotta win all these games or try to stay afloat and stuff like that. We just take it one day at a time, get better each and every day. Um, because truth be told, having Ja was is really hard to play because he's such a big part of our team, especially in the clutch and the game. He's the guy that we really depend on to take over games. So it was our job to just everybody be more disciplined and to increase the role, not by too much, but just enough to be a little bit more effective in the game. And overall, we were able to do that, and it kind of allowed people to expand the roles a little bit too. So it's pretty cool to see.
Taylor said that you guys really took it upon yourselves as players to just speak to each other and come together in that moment. How would you describe sort of what that has been like? Just holding each other accountable, getting the best product on the floor that you can get. How have you guys sort of as a team, player to player, sort of come together to do this as well?
We have a really, really tight knit group. We're really close with each other, and we really care about each other's well being. We really care about each other's successes and careers as well. So like we know that in order for everybody to have successful individual careers, we got to win as a team, and because of that, all the plays, whether good or bad, we're either supporting our teammate and lifting them back up, or congratulating them on making a good play, and that's kind of what we're built on is just being together, no matter what, no matter if we lose, no matter if we win. You can't break our bond, and that's kind of what we've been developing over these last couple of years, and it won't fall off.
On that same level, without wins and losses, what constitutes to you a very good game on your level for, just what do you do? What constitutes, I know you're not a stat chaser or nothing like that, but if you go home and say, look, I did A, B, and C, I'm very happy with what I did, regardless of if the team win or lose.
Well, first off, we got to win. That constitutes as a good game if we win. First and foremost, and then secondly, for me individually, just doing my role to a T. Crashing off. If I get some offensive rebounds, I'm really proud of that. If I'm getting guys open, on my screens, I'm really proud of that. And then if I'm finishing like today, like if I'm finishing these drop off passes because that's my teammates trusting me to make the play, and if I'm finishing those, I'm really proud of that as well. So those three things are the main thing, as well as defense as well too, making sure that I'm guarding my matchup and I'm limiting their tendencies and all that good stuff.
Ax, I know when you do get buckets assisted,
Go ahead, go ahead, go
that's a
ahead.
hell of a setup, right?
Right.
When you get assisted field goals, a lot of them they'll come from the point guards, but then you got Desmond, now
Mhm.
you got Luke, who I think he had 5 assists, 2 of them were to you. And what's it like playing with a player who I mean, you have similar skill sets in the first and second units, and Desmond, who you've played with pretty much your whole time here, and now getting another guy in the second unit in Luke, who kind of has more untapped passing potential than we've seen earlier this year with the Clippers.
Yeah, I didn't know how well of a playmaker he was and was gonna be. I knew he could shoot the ball really well, but I didn't know, if he got double teamed, what type of plays he could make out of pick and roll. But he's smooth with it. If you watch him, he'll come off, he'll throw you a little no look pass, he'll fake high, throw low. Like he knows, how to make plays and how to get you the ball where you need to be. But it's great having it in both the first and the second unit, because then it allows me to do the same exact thing: create a double team, and then I'll make a play off that. And with both guys being able to feed me the ball and not get stuck in the double team, it allows our offense to be really fluid.
X. So you mentioned like your offense comes when you're creating for others out of the pick and roll, getting to the right spot in the dunker spot, and you just shown this knack of being in the right place, right time. You're getting to your spots. Does this stretch here, where you're getting the consistent time, you're playing with a lot of the same guys? Does that kind of help since you're getting more time to build that chemistry to get to those spots?
For sure. It helps build the chemistry as far as like just knowing guys' tendencies and knowing how my teammates or where they feel most comfortable getting me the ball, or where do they put themselves in positions a lot where they may need somebody to relieve the pressure and stuff like that. So that was something that, like, through these games where Steve has been out and I've been playing, that I've kind of learned how to, like, okay, this is probably a good spot for me to kind of stay right here, because usually they'll jump in the air and I'll be there, when they catch it. Or if they're shooting a shot, I'm going to get in position because they miss right here all the time, And I ain't going to lie to you, Steve actually taught me a lot of that stuff when he was out before I really started playing, because he was like, you got to just watch the game within the game. And I was like, all right. And I checked it out, and he was right, like, especially with, the guys shooting a lot of shots and me getting offensive rebounds. Like, I'm able to track and see tendencies in how guys shoot and where they normally miss, and I'm able to take advantage of those.